The future isn't just written by the past, it's written by the right now. And right now, Nutrien Ag Solutions is focused on what's next. For growers, for partners, for the planet. In South Georgia, the bustling, hustling small towns that make up farming communities are engaging in what's next for telling the story of sustainably produced cotton. Growing sustainable cotton doesn't just make environmental sense, it makes economic sense. Consumers are demanding it. That means retailers are too, and that's opening new market opportunities for growers, who in many cases are finally getting their due for what they've always done. Smart practices such as cover crops, reduced tillage, water conservation, and irrigation management. These are words that Nutrien Ag Solutions' Nathan Packer and Rocky Corson make a part of their daily vocabulary.
I've always wanted to be part of an industry that brings value and is innovative, and agriculture does that. It's so important to our economy, and it's the backbone of America. So sustainability to me is about working with our growers one-on-one, and agriculture is about survivability and efficiencies, and sustainability plays very nicely into that.
We're seeing sustainability come in all of our aspects now that we service here: cotton, peanuts, blueberries, tobacco, and all. Predominantly cotton. Dynagrow cotton's been very good to us in the last 3 to 4 years. We've been with Nutrien 9 years, and Dynagrow's really come on for us. And that's what we're going to incorporate into our sustainability trials we're trying now with Black Max and our Accomplish, putting less and growing a bigger stalk and using like a pretend to radiate LPI product. We're seeing great results, and we're trying to figure out how to grow some of the new varieties to 3615 to 3799s, more aggressive full season. So we're trying to figure out where to pitch it and where to do that implement at, But on our front side, we're cutting back our nitrogen and incorporating some ESN into our program at pre-plant.
We use moisture meters for irrigation, just so we're not overwatering. We're putting it as close to the exact amount as we can, trying to conserve water.
These sustainability efforts aren't just investments in the future. They're paying off now with higher yields and improved fiber quality, opening up market opportunities both domestically and internationally.
Every dollar I make comes off of land. All this cotton, we're into peanuts, we process, do a little bit of farming, but everything, it starts with the land. And if I don't make that land better than it was, I can't. I'll give you an example of making it better. We've got a field back here. It's an 80-acre field, but it's got 3 different soil types, and the back side of it is pure sand. Well, we get gin trash, gin waste, and we add water to it and compost. And what I do now is I take that and move it and let it compost another year. We put a quarter of that back of that field, we put gin trash about 1 foot deep. And then we turned it in, and it is unbelievable the difference. We've changed the soil profile in 1 year on that, and that's the type of things we've got to start doing. And we're already doing them, but we haven't told that type of story. And so sustainability is making it better than it is today for the future. It's something we've got to do as an industry because, as I said, the retailers are requiring it pretty much, that they want sustainable cotton to put in their clothing, and that comes from their customer base. So the retailers are pushing it, but it's really the customers that are pushing it. We didn't have to deal with this back in the 70s because they didn't make good-looking polyester clothes. Well, now, guess what? They got nice polyester clothes. And so we're competing with something that looks as good as cotton, but yet it's not as sustainable, and it's not a natural product. So that's what I'm looking for in doing this. Is I'm looking to tell my story, and for us as a country to tell our story, to grow demand, so therefore I grow my price, and I can be sustainable economically growing a crop I love.
Kent illustrates the challenge we face in telling the story of sustainable cotton. But now we don't have to just tell it with words. We can tell it with numbers and data. Thanks to proprietary digital tools like our Agribal and Echelon platforms that measure environmental impact and trace ingredients down to the field level, we can supply the proof points that retailers and consumers demand before they make a purchase. Because purpose and profitability have never been mutually exclusive, and sustainable success isn't about reinvention. It's about relationships and results. Results that drive change and create action. Results that you can see.
Our soil health here is fun to deal with because all of our fields are different. A 40, 50 acre field have 3 or 4 different soil types. So from one side to the other, front or back, it's totally different. That goes back to our equipment with variable rate. We put out stuff where it needs it versus just putting it across the board. But a lot of my growers' friends is looking at soil health to pass it on to their next generation, their grandsons, their sons or daughters.
Yeah, I mean, and everything we do is, if we don't take care of the land and try to make it better or improve it, it's not going to be here for the next generation. And hopefully my son will be that next generation if he chooses to be, or my daughter, you know.
In the coming years, as we all face a shared responsibility to measure our footprint, the challenges will only grow. But we'll work together with growers, the supply chain, and retail partners to deliver the sustainable solutions that drive quantifiable results and an optimized ROI for everyone who joins us in our quest. One field, one grower, one season at a time. Not a solo mission, but all of us doing our part, working together and walking the same path. A path you can trace, a path with purpose, a path that gets us to the future faster.